Hey, it's Adam, founder of TextingPrince.com, and this video is going to teach you what the bad boys or the jerks know how to do to get women attracted to them and how you can use that in your own life. You can use those techniques without being a jerk or a dickhead yourself. So this is video 2. If you haven't watched video 1 yet, video 1 talked about mistakes that most guys make and what I kept making when I first would get a girl's number. Some of the first things I would do, and it would get me to be considered predictable and needy. So watch video 1 if you haven't yet. And now video 2, this is kind of a inside secret about what do those guys, those jerks, those bad boys do that get girls. Because growing up, I was always the typical nice guy. I would always do everything for a girl. I would always be there for her. I would tell her how I feel. I would do what we're grown up, raised to do to be like the perfect gentleman. But that didn't work. So this is what I learned. And now this took me a long time. When I was 18 years old, I was sick of being always in the friend zone. I was sick of being that nice guy that never could get a girl attracted to me. I was the guy the girls would talk to about, "Oh, Adam, you're such a nice guy. You'll find a girl eventually." And as they were telling me their horror stories about the bad boys that kept breaking their hearts. And I was sitting there like, "No, stop it. Date me. Don't tell me that you want to date me. Date me. Why aren't you dating me?" I couldn't figure it out. And when I was 18, I made a pledge to myself because I was going to be moving to college soon. I said, you know what? Hardly anyone will know me from college. Though they won't know this high school Adam. I am going to be known as really good with girls. I'm going to be known as a player. I am going to learn how to do it. And so I got obsessed. And when I was 18 years old, that entire summer, I started reading all the pickup artist books, like The Game, The Mystery Method. I was doing webinars, watching them. I was doing membership sites. I run my own membership site, the VIP membership. I was doing those type of things to try to learn this stuff. And from 18 years old, that first year getting into college, one of the most important things I learned, and it really worked, was that this is what guys did that were good with women. They got girls emotions involved. They would get women that would be emotionally attached to them. Pop quiz. Question 1. One key to attracting a woman you like is to make sure her blank are engaged in the text conversation. So what is one major key? What do you need to make sure to try to get engaged into your text conversation from a woman? You want to make sure her emotions are engaged. Remember, if you are predictable, she numbs her emotions. She stops thinking about your text. She just kind of goes, and pushes it away. She is not excited for it. We want to get her emotions engaged where she's wondering about you. She's curious. She keeps thinking about you. And you've got a special message here. "You're my hero," she says. You're the man. This is how I come to understand it now, knowing what I know, of how you can get girls' emotions involved without being a jerk, without being a dickhead. So here's what you want to do. So when we talked in video 1 about becoming predictable or needy, when you become predictable, you take a girl's emotions out of it because she kind of goes into autopilot, kind of numbs herself to your conversation. So you actually take her emotions out. That's why a lot of nice guys finish last, is because they just are boring. They don't keep that girl involved in the attraction process. And girls, you could sit here and say, well, that's stupid. Girls shouldn't want that. But, I mean, come on. Don't you want to give a girl what she wants? Don't you want a girl to not like you just because she has to, but to be madly attracted to you because you understand how to play her emotions up to get her excited about you without being a jerk. That is what I always wanted to do, and that's what I can teach you to do here. This bar right here, I'm going to call this the comfort level bar. And this bar up here, I'm going to call this the attraction bar. What we want, the perfect mix is, especially with your texting, is you need to build comfort while also building attraction. If you stay in this comfort zone for too long, you are in the friend zone. She has no attraction for you. She's just comfortable with you and she treats you like a friend or another girl. You're in the friend zone. If you only focus on this attraction bar, she won't take you seriously. You might get a one-night stand, but if you want something more, which most men that come to me do, they want a relationship or a long-term goal, this won't get you far if you only do attraction. It's better than sticking in the friend zone, but you want to do a balance of the two. And here's the beauty of it. You can do it all by doing less. The way to build a girl's comfort up, let's say that you give her your phone number. What a lot of guys do is they panic and they'll text girls back right away, like we talked about in video 1. They will get so kind of needy and scared of losing her that they'll keep firing texts at her. And what this actually does is this from the start doesn't build your attraction. It's not attractive to women when you keep coming after them. But what it also does is it actually lowers her comfort level. And here's why. Think about the scariest thing for women is like a stalker, right? Let's just say that that's a worst case scenario, a stalker. Well, what do stalkers have? What kind of signals do they give off? They give off signals that they need her. They can't live without her. They give off signals that they need her to respond right away. They give off all of these signals we want to avoid, and that's scary for a woman to have a stalker. So by texting her back right away, instead of her feeling comfortable with you, she starts to go, oh no, is this going to be one of those guys that won't leave me alone? And you lose comfort level. You lose attraction, you lose comfort level. That's what we don't want to do. What we want to do is build comfort by replying slow at first. Really, really slow, and it's counterintuitive. But if a girl gives you her number, and let's just say that we sent one text. It was just like, here's my number. My name's Adam, blah, 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 right? Let's just say it's just one text. That's fine, right? Now, when she texts me back, she texts me back right here. If I text her back right away, again, that comfort level is she's going to get worried that you might be clingy, so that will drop. So what I do is I wait, and I talk about this in my second principle, mirror texting, but I wait, and so what happens is when I wait a while and I reply right here, this actually now builds comfort up because she now thinks, okay, this guy is not obsessed with me. That's good. He's not a stalker. Like these are just those little messages you're starting to send to her. She says, okay, this guy didn't reply right away. He must have other things going on in his life. Phew, that's good because a guy that is going to stalk her is going to have nothing else going on in his life. He's going to obsess over her. So you see how right away you're already starting to build comfort level by replying slower. Here's where it all starts to come together. It compounds into this beautiful system. There's definitely more to it, but I'm trying to really just show you a different way of doing it. So now let's say that, here you go. She's building her comfort up, and then you text her back, and then she texts you back, whatever, and you wait again a while. Now you're building more comfort. Again, you're building more comfort. The comfort that you don't want to build is her getting to know you. She doesn't want to know everything about you. She wants to find that out on a date. So the comfort you're trying to build with her is letting her know, hey, relax. I'm not going to stalk you. I'm not going to freak you out by being around my phone constantly waiting for you. That's the comfort we want. Question 2. True or false? The way to build comfort with a woman is by trying to get to know as much as you can about each other through your texting conversations. So true or false is the way to build comfort with a woman to get to know as much as you can about each other through your texting conversations. That is false. Actually, this is a big one because the comfort that you want to build with her is you want her to be comfortable with you that you're not going to be a stalker. You're not going to be a guy that keeps texting her endlessly, because she has those guys in the past. She has psychos in her past. And that is the comfort you want to build, is to make sure she knows you're not going to go crazy with her phone number. You're my Superman, she says. What supportive women you have in your life. Wild supportive women. Woo! So now, eventually, let's just say you do this a couple times where you're replying slow. Most guys, like I said in video 1, are replying right away. They're making her lose attraction and lose comfort level. But you are building attraction level or building comfort level, and then here's what happens. Eventually, every time she gets a text message from any other guy or her friends, she instantly looks at it and she gets this spike in emotions, wondering, is it Adam? Is it you? Who is it that texts me back? She's waiting for yours now because she doesn't know when you're going to reply. You're not predictable. So now when any other guy texts her and she goes, oh, my phone beeped. Oh, it's that other guy. But every time she gets his phone, she's thinking, did Adam text me? You see what happens is her emotions are now getting involved. Her emotions of curiosity. What's Adam doing? What's he up to? Why isn't he texting me back? She gets the anticipation. When's he going to text me back again? That's another emotion that gets women engaged in your conversation. There's so many emotions that can get hit when you do this, but you see how right now, nothing fancy. We didn't need a pickup line. We didn't need to give her compliments to build this up. All we had to do was reply slow to start, and by then, still just replying slow, it started to cause this emotional reaction in her when she was wondering when you're going to reply. Question 3. How can you best accomplish making a woman more attracted and comfortable with you early on in your texting conversations? 1. Keep finding really funny jokes to text her. 2. Text each other deep and personal details about your lives. 3. Take your time before replying to her text messages. So how can you best make her more attracted and comfortable with you early on in your texting? Funny enough, it's number 3. Take your time before replying to her text messages. Whew, isn't that nice to know too? You don't have to be a comedian. You don't have to write her poetry, these deep poems. You just have to take your time replying to her text messages. That is the first step with texting. And that is the end of this quiz here. Your grade came back and she gave you 100% right. Oh, wow. Give yourself a pat on the back. Treat yourself to a beer or a bowl of ice cream or something. Keep it up. Long term, what this does for you is she starts to wonder all the time, when will he reply to me? When will he text me back? And although if a girl were to hear this, they might go, that's stupid, that's playing games. What they want is this game for the dating stage. When you get to a relationship, she's going to want to see that she can trust you, that she can rely on you more. But in the dating stage, we need to attract her. Now, video 3 is going to talk about why this will work for you, how you can use this, no matter what age you are, no matter if you have money or not.